This video is sponsored by CrazyNCMan and MilSpec
Okay guys, so right here I've got the Javelin M24 and the Echo One M28 for review. Now, before we go over anything, this right here is an attachment for the camera. Don't pay attention to that. The scope, don't pay attention to that either. That's not the important stuff. So these are the two clips here. This right here is the M28's clip. I'll set it right there. And this is the M24's clip. You'll see that real quickly they're the same size, not compatible, two different setups. Now the setup for this M24, a lot easier to speed load, a lot easier. More high quality though. The M24's is more high quality. The M28's is less high quality, but much easier to speed load. So I'm going to set these aside for now. Okay, so let's just go from the back of the gun forward. The M28 stock is really tough, or the recoil pad's really tough. Not very rubber. It is rubber, but it's not very soft rubber. There's a little wobble back here. I think that's easily adjusted though, not a big deal. The M28 is much softer rubber, okay? A lot more comfortable to shoot. There's less wobble on the back of it, but I think that this system here seems like it's built better. The metal has been coated better. In fact, you can actually see that some of the metal has some of the paint's already stripped off of this from the coating. It's a little bit different quality. This is much higher. Of course, this is higher gloss too, but it's better. Okay. You can see on the stocks that this one here is a lot better. There's a lot more texture on the stock for the M28 than there is for the M24. This is much softer, more satiny. This is much shinier. This seems a lot more hollow inside than the M24, the M28's does, but it's not very noticeable. They both have mounting hooks back here, and then two in the front right here. And I've noticed, I think that they are roughly the same distance apart. I think that the M28's maybe a little bit further apart. These don't really seem to fit anything though, so I don't really know what the deal is there. The M28's, obviously does. Now the hop up on both of these guns is located in the same place, as you can see, right here and here. This one has a little bit of a chart so you can tell which ways hop up, and the clicking on it is much more regulated. You can actually feel each click on it and feel when it's being moved, so you can kind of get a better feel for it than this one right here. So that's something to consider. They both come with, I think this looks like a Weaver mount. Not really sure, it's standard. They both have it. The bolt system on this gun here is much smoother than this system here, the M28's. And in fact, if we pull the bolt back a little bit on this one here, you'll notice that it's kind of already like eroded and scratched a little bit. This one here is flawless. It's great. It's nice and shiny, real smooth. This one's a lot easier to pull back. If you're a smaller player, that's something you need to consider. However, this gun, the M24, has quite a bit less velocity than the M28, and that's something to consider when you're thinking about speeds and stuff. So now this gun here, the trigger pull on it goes up into the gun, as you can see there. It's a better illustration than I had earlier. This gun here does not. It swivels. Okay. Let's see here. This one seems a lot lighter, but that could just be the fact that I don't have as many attachments on it right now as the M28's. As you can see, the barrel on both of these is very different. This is like, the same size all the way through. This one's tapered, and this one has the the grooves in it for what would be like, you know, heat dispersion and loss of weight for the real version. The gun is heavier. It's a lot heavier. It seems a lot bigger when you're out in the field. They're roughly the same size, as you can see, but it sure feels a lot bigger to tote this the M24 around. Okay. So I'd say that they're very, very comparable. This little piece right here opens up on the M24, and it doesn't. Or I'm sorry, on the M28 it opens up, and then on the M24 it does not open up. It's welded there, or just one continuous piece. Magazine wells in the same place. I think that the quality of the insides is probably better on this this Javelin here. It sure seemed a lot better. It seemed a little bit more consistent, you know, to start with, than the M28s. But you know, they're the same price. They're the same price. They're almost the exact same gun, and you really come down to this question of, well, you know, what am I getting from one to the other? And that's a really tough question. I think that, you know, in a lot of ways, the M24 is going to be a great gun to upgrade. You know, it may serve you better in a lot of those ways, but the M28 here, it comes with pretty much everything you're going to need right out of the bat, you know, right out of the gate. It came with the bipod. It came with the this piece right here, which you can just unscrew and place in your suppressor. You know, they came with another tab that you can put in there for your suppressor. Comes right out. And so, I don't know, I hope that this video kind of helps you make a decision or really be able to see the differences between the two guns. I feel like that the M28 is a little bit more realistic in the way it looks and feels than the M24 Javelin. But they're both excellent guns. You're not going to make a bad decision. If you're a smaller player or a younger player, I would highly recommend the Javelin to start off with. It's a little bit easier to, you know, to handle and move around with. It's a lot easier to cock, and the barrel isn't quite as big. It's a little bit easier package to maneuver with than the M28. Now, if you're an older player or you're looking for the most realistic or something like that, I might go with the M28. But as I've said countless times already, they're almost identical. You're going to be hard pressed to really see any major differences once they're upgraded. Now, at the beginning, the M28's the clear odd man out because it is a little bit lower velocity, but you're still going to be able to make some pretty long shots. You're still going to be able to compete and have a really good time. So I've thoroughly enjoyed getting to shoot the M24 here. Thoroughly impressed with its performance, and I would recommend either of these to anyone who wants to get into sniping with a M24 style airsoft replica. So I hope this helps. Once again, I'd like to say thank you to MilSpec Airsoft and CrazyNCMan for sponsoring this with the airsoft review project. So I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I hope this helps. Take care. Bye.